Hey brother, yeah brother, hey brother, hey brother, hey brother, hey sheepa brother.
GM, welcome to the dump party. We have Bitcoin breaking down here at 67,400 as we film. Let's talk about this and let's look at some of the updates across the market. Lots of tokens coming to market over this month of June. If you enjoyed this one, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. We'll jump on in. So BTC rejected from somewhere close to the top of the range here. Now pushing back down, probably going to test somewhere into the midpoint of the range. 65, 66k looks likely. But if you can see these white vertical bars we got on here, these are the Tuesdays where the FOMC have met previously. So these are the previous two meetings. And as you can see, Bitcoin taking a big dip. So we had March down to the base somewhere around 9-10% drop there. It did reverse on the Wednesday and then continued to slide a little bit after that. Then in the previous meetings, this was the 30th of April, we had a real big dump. So from the actual wick to the bottom, somewhere around 12% over those 2 days. So big moves down over the FOMC. Then we had a bit of a resolution up and to the side before pumping back again into this kind of top of the range. And then as you can see, we're entering the Tuesday of the FOMC here. We've started the dump already. Will we reverse maybe on Wednesday? Will we have a surprise at all from this meeting? We will have to wait and see, but from this visual, it looks like standard procedure here, dump into FOMC, resolution afterwards. So 67.4k and everyone very, very bearish at this moment in time. So the kind of calls for scam manipulation are at all-time highs here. A lot of people citing this. So you can see this is the Bitcoin perpetual futures funding rates. So you can see the funding rate down here, somewhere in the region of 10% as Checkmate had posted. People are asking, what is this cash and carry trade? Are the ETF providers, in other words, buying spots via the ETFs? So this could be hedge funds doing this, and then just shorting the futures and taking the ARB in the middle. This is because, as Checkmate puts, funding rates are consistently positive around 10% annualized, which tells us that traders are willing to pay an interest rate for the privilege of being levered long. The same is true for calendar futures on the CME. This opens up an ARB opportunity where a trader can long spot or the ETFs, as in this case, but then short the futures. This in essence is neutral with respect to price risk as it long spot shorts futures, and so they're not going to be liquidated, and this likely has less of a market impact. So if the majority of ETF inflows are to play this game where they're just milking the funding rates, well, that would be an explainer as to why things haven't pumped, yet we had huge inflows. However, we don't really know if this data is correct, and that is the exact game that's being played. We don't know how much percentage of, say, total ETF inflows would be accounted for by this. And I do think that you just get a lot of finger pointing when prices going down. People are looking for excuses generally across the board, wherever they can find them. Now, it's been quite funny to observe also that when we've had the big ETF inflow days, like the big ones, the gargantuan ones, that has marked tops, and then we've had these blow-off bottoms marked by large outflows for the ETFs. We had a small outflow yesterday from the ETFs, around 60 mil. Willie Woo has posted this one to suggest that Bitcoin is currently undergoing a minor capitulation as per his hash ribbons on here. He said that we pretty much have a post-halving cull on our hands. The weak miners are going to die off. This can dump the Bitcoin price, but it will rebound afterwards. So maybe this is sorting the men from the boys in terms of the Bitcoin miners, those who are unprofitable, inefficient, maybe getting left by the wayside. But again, these are just things explaining the price action, but may not be the actual reasons. Now, Chris Beniski has been bull posting. When we look back in a few years, we'll remark that the similarity between Bitcoin's test, consolidation, and breach in the price discovery of former cycle all-time highs of 20k and 69k. That will be poetic, he says. So if you look back to the previous cycle around this 20k region, we had quite a lot of chop around that. It then dipped down, I believe, into around August of 2020, and then Bitcoin really started to pick up major momentum. Now, generally what you see with the previous bull markets is that Bitcoin halving occurs, and then it takes like 5-6 months around that kind of period for, I guess, the supply-demand dynamic to really adjust and for there to be that supply shortage, which causes the Bitcoin price to really kick off. So still some months away from that, but the market cycle likely to rhyme as per previous. Now this is interesting. We have a load of token launches in the month of June, a couple to highlight here. We have ZK Sync going to show you the Airdrop button you can just paste your wallet address into in just a moment. Today we have Tapioca's LBP starting later tonight and IONET's listing on major exchanges such as Binance. But as you can see, tons of big airdrops and big protocols launching. Swell, Avail, Zero from Layer 0, Blast, just to name a few off this list. But a big month for token launches. Will this dilute things further? Or is this a bullish sign that a lot of these teams are saying, yeah, this is a good time to go to markets? Let's have a look at Tapioca DAO here. So the LBP starts later, and at 9 p.m. UTC time, they have a live stream where they're going to talk about the LBP and what they're bringing to the table here. So I think this will be kind of pats on the backs, a TLDR of what Tapioca is, etc. And you know, this is multiple years of hard work, these guys, and a lot of money spent on audits to get this thing to a state of readiness. But LBP over the next 2 days for that. IONET launch, the ignition rewards are also coming to be claimed. Claims opening on the 11th of June, which is today at 11 UTC. Shadid did step down as IONET's CEO, and it's now Tory Green who has taken over. He was also previously on the C-suite, not exactly sure on his role, but he is now the new CEO. In terms of lockups for tokens, so I have a 4-year vest, he says, and no team member will be getting their tokens before June of 2025. So chill is what he says. Someone was calling him a scammer. And he's also given, I think, 1 million of his tokens to community rewards. We have this, a brand new smart wallet on Solana. So this is from the team at Fuse. And this is going to essentially give you the same kind of institutional level wallet experience, but to the masses here. So Fuse, Solana's first smart wallet, public test flight live on iOS. So the highlights of this Fuse smart wallet, essentially this is a mobile wallet you can download, and it will give you advanced security features and ease of access. You will not need to store your own seed phrase. It will be done internally within the app, and you have these kind of 2 active keys. Your active keys is first and foremost your device, and it will use biometrics as your first key, and the second key will be a 2-factor authenticator. Now that 2FA can be your ledger. So imagine you're using biometrics plus an external device, a ledger. Sounds pretty damn secure. Every Fuse transaction requires access to both verification methods. And so we don't have a single point of failure is the key takeaway. People can sign up with this thing and not have to store seed phrases and potentially get rugged. Of course, that is very good. And in terms of account recovery, you can add up to 3 of these recovery keys. So the recovery key will allow you to vote to regain access to the wallet by pairing one of the recovery keys. So maybe you use your friends, your mum, a colleague. You have to pair one of those then with either the device itself, the biometrics, or the 2-factor authenticator. So this will allow you to get back into your wallet overall. You can also set spending limits within the wallet. So if you just think about future applications of this, maybe you want to give your kid pocket money. USDC is going to be widely spendable, I would reckon, in the next couple of years. Gas abstraction as well, taking away the difficulties of maintaining a SOL balance. So this just seems like a very good user experience leap coming for Solana. For mobile users, we've seen the uptick in Phantom usage, and so Fuse here going to provide another string to the bow for Sol. Now ZK Sync, the token is coming. I believe it launches on the 17th of June, but you can see it's trading pre-market on Whales. This was 90 cents. It's down from that. I think it's around 50 cents at the moment. This is the web page where you can just paste your address in. You don't have to connect your wallet. Just paste your address in. Claim.zknation.io. Paste it in there. If you have farmed this thing, you'll see how many tokens from there. Do not connect your wallet. You don't need to, but you'll see your eligibility and tokenomics up there as well. So check that out. I think it's around 18% going to the community airdrop. So a decent airdrop overall. Meme of the day here, just checking my crypto portfolio.
Are you okay?
Not very good. Down bad. Hopefully bottom for alts soon-ish, as people are very depressed on the timeline right now. Then we have some on-chain comedy. Someone bought the top of Kane here yesterday and has decided to sell at a loss. At least they staggered their way in a little bit here, but then they've just emptied the full clip on the way out. So Eurocoins obviously took a dip with the market as of yesterday, showing signs of recovery here. I do think in terms of the overall attention that these will continue to trend higher into the Euro 2024 tournament. But we'll leave things off there. Bitcoin at 67.5. We'll see how this week progresses. FOMC over the next 2 days they meet. See you in the next one. Peace.